Patriots and Ravens.
I don't get this line. I'm going to take the Patriots in the field goal. 6-0 on the road, outgain their opponents in 9 straight games, coming off a loss, so they'll be salty, and Drake May's completion percentage is still 70. They'll move the chains consistently. And they dominated Buffalo in the first half. The Ravens are 3-5 at home. The last 5 games, their passing game is toast. And they're not very good on the back end, so I think Drake May could have some success down the field. I don't really get the line here. The Patriots are a good road team. Excellent coach, coordinator. I'm going to take the points. I think the Patriots win outright, 28-27.
The New England Patriots. Well, the reality is that the Ravens are fighting for everything, right? They're literally fighting for everything. Their playoff hopes, their livelihood, their respect, their self-respect. Patriots less so. Patriots are a lot more solidified. To me, where the Patriots are at right now within their season is very much of like, keep the momentum going, keep the focus going. You're not trying to do anything too above and beyond. Show your resilience. They're obviously upset. Rabble, talking about that's why Josh Allen gets paid the amount of money that Josh Allen gets, right? Like, that's why I said, like, you got Josh Allen in that game, and it's just what happens, And that's why I always said, to Patriots fans, like, don't do what Kansas City Chiefs fans do. Just like, respect the opponent, respect the quarterback, and just be like, yeah, man, he's awesome. And it's like what I say to Bills fans, like, Drake May is the truth. Drake May is going to cause you trouble for years and years and years. Don't just be like, oh, he's trash, he's not that. No, he is. He's awesome. He's amazing. He's great. He is going to be an absolute bona fide elite top quarterback in the NFL for years and years and years. And so it's like, so just respect it, and it's more enjoyable. It's more enjoyable when you actually respect the opponent and just don't call everyone trash. And now you're going up against another boss, Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar Jackson has clearly not been who he has been. And the reality is because of the injuries, and he's been sick now as well. Like, there's no frame of reference. There's no sense. You can't have any degree of confidence of what version you're going to get out of Lamar Jackson right now. None. Zero. It is the definition of an absolute roll of dice, not a coin flip. That's at least 50-50. It is a roll of the dice and one of those like crazy, Dungeons and Dragons, 20-sided, whatever die. Like, it just like, I have no idea. I have zero idea what version of the Ravens and Lamar Jackson are you going to get. None. 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 But I'll tell you what. Out of all the games that took place last week, my favorite first half, and the first half that impressed me, just in a half that impressed me more than anything, was what the Patriots did. The way how the Patriots came out of that gate against the Bills, I just thought was so insanely impressive. And again, what that signals to me more than anything is coaching. It's like you had this team ready to play. You had a plan. You knew exactly what you wanted to do. You got these guys ready, and you literally executed at the highest level. I always talk about you got to execute. Oh, this guy, they executed at the highest level of the high level. This is all caps. They executed at the highest level. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, screaming emoji. Like, and it was just so insanely impressive to me. And Drake May was so comfortable in that environment. He was so comfortable making throws, using his legs. I'm like, we are watching a true superstar. And we are watching a superstar on a great team that is coached at the highest level on both sides of the ball. And I don't see that magically going away. And that's why people are kind of, why do you believe in the Patriots? They haven't, the who they beat the combined record is, yabba dabba do. And it's just like, yeah, if I didn't believe in the quarterback, if I didn't believe in the coaching staff, then I could understand if Rabble was kind of like a newer coach and Josh is a newer coordinator, and we're like kind of like, who are these guys? And like Drake May is just like kind of this like up and coming quarterback. Like I could understand. I really could. I could understand why. Because the last time I really heard that was actually 2017 with the Eagles and Carson Wentz, and before he got injured, and then Nick Foss took over and won the Super Bowl. But a lot of people kept saying Nick. I think that's what Nick Wright kept saying. He's like, oh, they didn't beat anyone. They're only beating bad teams, and granted that team was a little bit more dominant and was winning a lot, a little bit more convincingly than say what the Patriots had done, um, but it was like Doug Peterson, new coach Carson Wentz, I think was in year 2 or 3. But still, he had a lot of momentum behind being like, hey, this guy's supposed to be legit. He was a second overall pick, etc. But there was still a lot of newness around it where you were like, who is Carson? But he was playing like an MVP, like again, similar situations, but you didn't really have a strong sense of Doug Peterson, the coordinators. You did the defensive coordinator. He had been around the block once, twice, was a head coach for the Detroit Lions and whatnot. Now the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, but it was more on the back of like the Eagles built this team, Andy Reid. Like there was just more of a sense of I guess some of that continuity there. A lot of players, especially that like Andy even drafted and whatnot and built, and yet there was still a lot of doubt around them just because of who they beat. And you have a team like this that I feel as though just, at least from the coaching perspective, has established so much more. And I just trust that more than I'm not going to trust that. I'm going to have more confidence in that more than I'm going to lack the confidence in that. And I fundamentally believe that the Patriots are good enough. Like Colin keeps saying, they're missing this, they're missing that. You can always be better. You can always be better. You can always improve your O-line, improve, your secondary, better receiver. Like you can always do that. No doubt about it. Obviously, I just don't look at this Patriots team and think to myself, man, they just don't really have a lot, like, man, this team is kind of smoking mirrors. This team is really kind of hanging on. Doesn't mean that they're going to win every game. Doesn't mean that they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I don't see them on this lower level of the other top teams where you're now questioning what can they do. And the only reason why they lose this game against the Ravens, it would be 100% because Lamar Jackson was on one, just like what happened with Josh Allen. And that is still 100% on the table because Drake May is not quite there yet. And any team is susceptible to that. But even this Patriots team, because it is still like in the process of, I don't want to say rebuilding because that's not necessarily what they're doing now, but like, finalizing their Super Bowl roster, I'll say, right? They're still kind of bringing this thing home. And I think if that is the case, then you're always going to be a bit susceptible to just a Super Bowl, a superstar being a superstar. And again, the Patriots literally experienced that against the Buffalo Bills. Like, it literally confirms what I'm saying. Like, that's all the evidence you need. It's all the evidence you need. And when there were moments in that games when it's like, all right, you kind of just need your quarterback to kind of use his legs, make a play, etc. Like Drake May couldn't. And that's fine. It's so he was doing it all in the first half. Second half wasn't necessarily there for him, which is fine. And I also kind of blame the coaching a little bit. Got away from the run game. And again, there's no need to like rehash that last game. It's just trying to present that the Patriots are an awesome team. They're a great team. They're well coached. The culture is awesome. It's through the roof. Drake May is playing unbelievable going up against the Ravens. The only way I see them losing this game is if the Ravens truly have bounced back and they're like, no, you don't understand. We've been a great team all season long. We were just really injured. Lamar was legitimately injured even when he was playing. Now he's healthy. Now this team is healthy. We were always destined to be a true bona fide top team in the NFL. It's just the season unfolded in a very bizarre way for us. But we're here now. And Lamar's fully healthy and he's like, bro, I'm balling. And he has one of those box scores where he's like 14 for 18, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a passer rating of like 138, and you're like, well, what even is that? That's the only way. That's the only way. And like I said, it is a roll of the dice because I just do not know what I'm watching with the Baltimore Ravens in this point of time. And I don't trust their coaching, and I don't trust their culture compared to the New England Patriots. Not even close. You want to talk about levels of teams and stuff? It's not even close. Levels above the way how I view the Patriots in that regard. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens? How do you feel about Colin's prediction that the Patriots will beat the Baltimore Ravens? Or you got the Baltimore Ravens proving that they are still a legit top team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get into some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.